Okay, so now we're going to create an FBA inbound shipment. Okay, so let's go back to Amazon. So this is how you create the FBA inbound shipment. You go to inventory, you go to manage inventory. Okay, you find the product that we just created. This is our jump rope bundle. Remember, priced it at $49.99. So we select this, and remember, we're already changed to fulfilled by Amazon, so we're good. We come up here, we go to send replenish inventory. See that? Send replenish inventory. Okay.
Hey, it's Mike here, and we just launched version 7 of our Amazon training course, where we walk you through the process of how we sold just in the last 30 days, our first 30 days, over 1,000 products with the brand new ranking strategies that we're now showing to the public. We've trained over 1,000 students, and last year alone we did over $3.2 million online. And if you go to my site, put your credit card away, enter just your first name and your email address, I'll immediately send you a series of free training videos that walk you through the process.
Okay, so what we want to choose here is case pack products, okay? And check this out. So unless you're sending in products yourself, you're never going to have individual products like this. See, if your shipment consists of individual items with different SKUs and in different conditions, you will never ever have that as an option. You're always going to have case pack products. If your shipment consists of cases previously packaged by the manufacturer that contain identical items with matching SKUs in the same condition. Each case must contain the same number of items, right? That's how we ship things to Amazon. Even if you're shipping them yourself, this is how I would do it. This becomes a mess, and you can actually lose inventory if you do it that way, so I wouldn't recommend that. Okay, so hold on one second for me. Let me get rid of this. All right, so case pack products. You're also going to want to put the ship from address as the Port of LA if you're shipping by sea. If you're shipping by air, you'll want to put the address to Los Angeles International Airport, which is One World Way, Los Angeles, California. And you can just Google that to find the proper zip code and all that. And the reason we use those addresses is because the Port of LA is one of the closest ports to China. So you cut down on transit time from China to the US. If you cut down on transit time from China to the US, it saves you on the cost of shipping from China to the US, right? And then, lucky enough, we're not only saving time on transit time and saving money, but there are a ton of Amazon warehouses right around the Port of LA, right around Los Angeles International Airport, that your products are going to end up getting sent to. Basically, think about it like this. If you lived on the East Coast or your business was on the East Coast and you put ship from an address in New York, for example, right? Your product would have to come from China all the way to your address on the East Coast. That transit time would be so much greater than from China to LA, right? Because it would have to come from it would probably go from China to Texas to the East Coast, for example, or maybe even from China to the Port of LA, and then it would have to be trucked all the way from LA to the East Coast. I mean, that would be a huge cost and a huge amount of time, right? So that's why we put those as the ship froms. It's very important that you do that. We've been doing it for years, and it's always worked out well for us. It'll save you time and money on your shipping. So what we want to do next is now go to continue to shipping plan. Okay. And now okay, so we want to make sure ABC jump rope, perfect. Okay, so this information here, please enter quantity of sellable units you will be sending. This is not your overall case dimensions. This is your product package dimensions, like 1 unit of your product in a package. So this has to be, that number. And what I see people make mistakes here. They usually put their overall case dimensions in, and if you do that, then it'll be considered oversized, and it won't let you send in, the amount of units you want to send in, because there's a big limitation on how many oversized units you can send in. So let's just say our product package is, make sure it's in inches. For a jump rope, let's see, I'm just making this up. Let's see here. Let's say it is. I actually have something that's similar to what the jump rope would be in. So let's make this fun. So let's say it's a width of 6 inches. Okay, so let's say it's 6 by, let's see, 6 by, let's see here, 6 by 5. I don't know, I'm just making this up. 6 by 5 by 2. Let's say that that's our product package, right? I had something similar laying in my office that I just grabbed. So, and this is the weight of one of your units, not the weight of your entire master case that all of your products are in. So you'll want to, let's say it weighs 1 pound, okay? So 6 inches by 5 inches by 2 inches, that's a small package. So you would hit save right here, right? Hit save. And there you go. That's all you have to do to get by that. So remember, that information is not your overall case dimensions and weight. It's one individual unit of your product. So for our example here, units per case, let's say there's 25 in our case, and let's say we've got 4 cases. Keep it simple, 100 units, right? So again, units per case is how many individual units are in one of your master cases and how many total cases you're sending in. 4 cases for 100 total units. So then you hit continue, okay? And right here, always choose merchant. This is all of this is going to be done at the manufacturer level. You don't have to worry about any of this, okay? Again, choose merchant here. These are your FNSKU labels right here, actually. So you could actually wait to download and save them here if you want. But I would just do it, during that other process that I showed you. So again, you would go merchant here as well. Hit continue. Then it's going to bring you to this screen here, where it shows you which warehouse it's going to. So all 4 cases are going to a warehouse in Stockton, California, which again is very close to the Port of LA. So view shipment contents, just make sure everything's correct. And I always look at this, yep, units per case 25, number of cases 4, yep, okay, cool. And just go up here, approve and continue. Okay, and then it's going to take you to this screen here. Okay, so you're going to want to confirm it again, just make sure everything's correct. Everything looks good, work on shipment. And now just confirm all this. Ship from, yeah, correct. You'll want to put your business name and the Port of LA there. It's going to Stockton, California. Good, good, good. Okay, so when you're shipping things from China, you want to choose small parcel delivery and then other. So and then you'll come down here, other. See that? Small parcel delivery and then other. That's all you need to choose. Also, one thing that's very, very important, most shipments from China are considered small parcel delivery and they're shipped as individual boxes. Most shipments are that way. Unless you have a very, very large shipment, but you'll want to ask this is what you'll want to ask your manufacturer. Are you palletizing my shipment? If they are palletizing your shipment, then you choose less than truckload. If they're sending your shipment in individual boxes, individual cases, then you choose small parcel delivery. Usually small parcel delivery is for 95% of the shipments that we deal with. But if it's a huge shipment, like if you're sending a 20-foot container of product, then your cases could be palletized and you'll have to choose the less than truckload. But ask your manufacturer that question. And they'll tell you, and then you just choose the correct option here. So then you'll come down here, you'll select this. How will this shipment be packed? Multiple boxes. You'll use web form right there. And then you'll just come over here, units per box configuration. Remember, we had 25 in each box. Number of boxes, remember we have 4. Okay. Hold on one second for me. Okay. And total quantity 100. Yep. Now this box weight is the weight of your total case weight. So how much does one case weigh? So if you have 25 units in each case, how much is that one case weigh? Okay. So let's say it weighs, I don't know, 30 pounds, right? One thing I want to note here, you cannot send in cases to Amazon that weigh more than 50 pounds. So I would be somewhere around the 46, 47 pound mark maximum. If you send in cases that weigh more than 50 pounds, your account will get dinged by Amazon. And if it gets dinged too many times, you'll lose the ability to send in inventory. So definitely adhere to that. Also, in regards to the box dimension, the overall case dimension, the case dimension can't be more than 25 inches on any one side. Okay, so again, the master cases that you send in with all your units, they can't weigh more than 50 pounds and they can't be more than 25 inches on any one side. So let's say our boxes are, I don't know, I'm just making this up, 23 by 20 by 23. Okay, that adheres to Amazon's policies. It's not more than 25 inches on any one side, right? So, and then the third thing is you can't send in any more than 150 units in one case. So there's 3 things you need to think about here. Number 1, the overall case cannot weigh more than 50 pounds. The case dimensions cannot be any more than 25 inches on any one side. And you cannot send in any more than 150 units in one box. Those are the 3 things that you have to think about. And if you go over any of those, your account will get dinged. And if it gets dinged too many times, if you don't adhere to those criteria over and over and over again, Amazon will suspend your ability to send in inventory. I've seen it happen. So once you get that figured out, you'll hit confirm. And then there you go. So the next thing is print box labels. These labels are super important as well. These are your FBA inbound shipment labels. So you'll do the same thing. You'll pull them up, you'll download them and save them as a PDF. And as you can see, we're sending 4 cases. So every case must have one of these FBA inbound shipment labels on them. So if you're sending 4 cases, all 4 cases must have these on there. If you're sending 10 cases, all 10 cases must have an FBA inbound shipment label on it. And you'll see box 1, 2, 3, 4. And it doesn't matter which box these go on to because the units, the number of units in the box are all the same. There's 25 units in each case. The only thing you have to worry about is that every single one of your cases must have one of these FBA inbound shipment labels on them. So again, remember, every single one of your products within the case must have an FNSKU label on it. Every single one of your product packages inside the case must have an FNSKU label on it. And then every single one of your product packages must have the FBA inbound shipment label on it that you see here. Very, very important. And again, you could just, download and save this and send it to either your freight forwarder or your manufacturer, whoever's setting up your shipping for you.
Hey, it's Mike here, and we just launched version 7 of our Amazon training course where we walk you through the process of how we sold just in the last 30 days, our first 30 days, over 1,000 products with the brand new ranking strategies that we're now showing to the public. We've trained over 1,000 students, and last year alone we did over $3.2 million online. And if you go to my site, put your credit card away, enter just your first name and your email address, I'll immediately send you a series of free training videos that walk you through the process.
So let's go out of here. And that's all you do. And then you would hit complete shipment and you'd be good to go. So that's exactly how you get your FNSKU label. That's exactly how you get your FBA inbound shipment label. Like I said, all of that's very, very important. So let's go back to the presentation. And like I said, we went through all this. We created the shipment. We went over all this information, cases, weight, location. System will tell you where to ship. You saw that, Stockton, California. You'll send your FNSKU and FBA inbound shipment labels, to our team in China, because hopefully you're going to use them. If you're not using them, make sure you send your FNSKUs to your manufacturer that you're using, so they can, again, put those on every single one of your product packages. And then you'll want to send your FBA inbound shipment labels to your freight forwarder directly, unless your manufacturer is helping you with that as well. And remember, our team in China ensures a quality control of your product. They go through, they do a quality control inspection, and they make sure that you have the proper inventory counts. Now, you can use our team in China for the quality control inspection and the inventory counts, even if you don't use them to find the manufacturer. You could find your own manufacturer and still have your product sent to their warehouse to do the quality control inspection and the inventory counts, which I highly, highly recommend. You can use our team in China for many, many different services. And if you haven't done so already, check out Module 3 in the membership area. And we actually have a live interview with our main representative, at Jing Sourcing, and we do a Q&A with them. It's super, super powerful and informative. So check that out when you get a chance. And then, like I said, you choose air or sea shipping, based on your budget needs. Just remember, air shipping is very, very fast. From China to the US, you're looking at 3 to 4 business days. Sea shipping is 3 to 4 weeks. However, air shipping is about 3 times more expensive than sea shipping. So it really depends on what your budget looks like if you want to either use air or sea. Most of the time with air shipping, you're looking at products that, for the cost to make sense, you're looking at products that are very light and small. If they're heavier and they're larger, then sea shipping makes sense, because if you try to air ship heavy and larger products, the price is just going to be outrageous. So, make sure you get quotes for air and sea just to see, which ones make sense for your budget. Because, it'd be nice if you could air ship your product, because again, you could get it from China to Amazon within 3 to 4 days. That's just the transit time. Now, it may take another few days for Amazon to, process your inventory once it gets there. Once your inventory arrives to Amazon's warehouse, it could sit on their dock for a day. I mean, their docks are super, super busy. And then once they get to it, they scan in that FBA inbound shipment label on every one of your cases. And then they open up your cases, take your individual units out, and they start scanning that FNSKU label.
I've really felt like since I've joined, this is one of the best decisions I've made in my life.
From August 2nd to September 2nd, I generated $15,000 in sales.
I did about 6K one day.
We set a goal of 300 sales in the first 2 weeks, and we met that in 8 days.
Our first 12, 13 days, we've averaged just over $1,000 per day in revenue.
Right now I've got 74 5-star reviews, bestseller ranks at 29, and I've sold in 45 days almost 500 units.
We are moving about 15 to 20 units per day right now.
We were #1 new release on Amazon within 24 hours.
The last 12 months would have been in July. I reached, I guess, 6 figures.
I've seen the result and I've been very impressed.
Today actually is ironic that we're making this video because we hit our biggest numbers sales organically.
We still made 150% on our investment.
By far, the level of accountability you guys bring and support to your team it's uncanny.
What you guys are teaching us changed my life.
Just mind-blowing and very helpful in helping us launch our products.
We were able to create an entire business from scratch with no knowledge before, really, of how to sell on Amazon.
It gave us basically a roadmap to get involved in e-commerce without having to reinvent a wheel.
If I didn't have this training to follow, I'm sure it would be very difficult for me to research everything and to come up with a process that would work.
The way Mike and Matt teach is really a foolproof method.
The quality and integrity of the program is amazing. The clarity of instruction and the detail of instruction is really easy to follow along.
I've been amazed with how robust and how much information they have in their program.
I get so much information from the training videos, and it's incredible.
Love the modules that I can listen to them again and again.
The steps that are laid out are very much succinct and something that you can follow.
It really is good to just consistently go over and over and over the same the basics in order to get your business up and running.
Everything that you've taught me so far has been useful. I've used a number of it both in this side business and also at my day job.
You guys have been helping me out with the Voxer talks, the live training videos that you guys have been sending me.
Learning that this even exists, learning the process and how to be successful has really been great.
I like how the information can be applied to other businesses, other online ventures that you might want to do.
We love this business for the business model.
I'm just so excited to be selling online and making money in a way that I never thought I would.
I'm just excited to get this started.
If you want free time and you know how this passive income system can work, I think you'll see the same thing.
Ultimately pour into the things that I love, and for me personally, that's my family.
I'm just grateful for you guys. I feel like you're super positive.
One of the things that you guys do is set the tone for giving everything you've got.
You go above and beyond.
They aim to over-deliver. They don't need to do as much as they do, but they do it anyway.
Mike and Matt are just regular people. Successful, but willing to share the knowledge and help us become successful too.